Testing. All right, folks. Apologies for the delay. We were experiencing some technical difficulties, but they should be mended by now. Hello, and welcome to UC Baseball Stadium for our Friday installment of Big 12 Baseball here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The fact we made it to air is a personal victory for Miles Hessenprice and Justin Dietrich, joined right beside me. The away trip for the Bearcats didn't go exactly how they wanted, going 5-4 over their last 9, starting in Provo and ending with the latest Nucks Hall Classic, where the Bearcats fell to the Musketeers 3-4 in walk-off fashion. Justin, how do the Cats make sure to seal this one away to ensure no extra heartbreak for the Bearcat faithful?
You know, what they're going to have to do is just keep the bats hot today. You know, this is one of the best hitting teams in the country so far this season with some of the best players, including the national home run leader. So you're trying to do. Play patient at the plate today.
So the Cats re-enter their side of town, maybe with a bruised pride and definitely something to prove as they take on the step up as far as the Big 12 rankings are concerned, the Kansas Jayhawks. The Hawks are ranked 5th, just above the Cats at 6th, and maybe for good reason, as they are 6-1 over their last 7, only dropping their latest game to Sacramento State. But when you look at the stats, they don't necessarily jump off the page at you. Justin, why has Kansas found so much success this year?
Well, yeah, you said they don't really jump off the page in any one specific statistical category, but you don't really need to when you're so well-rounded. You have a well-rounded approach to the game, a well-rounded team, and everyone's skilled in some certain areas. You just don't have one specific specialty. So when you have a team like that, you're going to have games like that last one against Sacramento State, which they dropped 4-7, where the pitching just wasn't great, the bats weren't hot. You're going to have games like that when you have no specialists, but at the same time, when you have no specialists, you have players that can bring other players out of the ruts if they're having a bad game. You have a deep team with a lot of overall talent. So I think Kansas just needs to get back to playing calm, playing their game. They're a good baseball team. On the road, it's tough. It's a little chilly as well, so it might be harder for them. But just get back to playing your game. There's nothing to fret about. You dropped one game in the season. Get back on track.
Now, of course, the story going into this game is Quentin Coates, who has been on an absolute heater as of late. 19 home runs so far this season, leads NCAA D1 baseball, 5 away from updating the record, the school record set in 2009 by Mike Spina. It is no secret that Coates has some crazy pop off the bat, but the Jayhawks are no slouch with power either. Over their last 9 contests as a team, they have smashed 22 over the fence. Justin, will the Bearcats' usual small ball style that Jordan Bichel has implemented, will that reign supreme, or will power decide tonight's affair?
You know, I think it's going to be a little bit more of a power affair tonight because we're seeing some good pitchers, and especially for the Bearcats, we're seeing one of the best pitchers in the country in Nathan Taylor. But if he can't get things going, it's going to be the power that ends up doing it for Cincinnati because you need those runs on the board as quick as possible.
And just as quick as we started, we are underway. As you said, Nathan Taylor steps up to the mound and fires the first one in for a check swing strike on the batter Jordan Bach. He is from Ladner, British Columbia, the starting center fielder for the Jayhawks. And that one hits him. That one hits him directly in the heel, and he is down. Oh, no. He doesn't seem hurt. He just seems a little shaken up, and he is helped up by the umpire as Nathan Taylor does not look affected at that one at all.
Yeah, not really the way you want to start the game if you're the Bearcats, put a man on base by hitting him. But Nathan Taylor's going to settle down. Like you said, he doesn't really look affected by it. He's going to get into his groove, into his rhythm, and throw some nice pitches here.
Well, Nathan Taylor is an aggressive pitcher. He likes to pressure the plate. He likes to throw a lot of strikes. He likes to work quickly. So I would not be surprised if maybe he wanted to scare some of the Kansas players, make sure they know that it's his plate.
Don't creep up close. His mind. Stay back a little bit.
Nathan Taylor, of course, one of the best pitchers in the Big 12. He is 4th in the Big 12 in strikeouts as he readies the pitch to Cal Baldridge, number 9 for the Kansas Jayhawks, as he fouls that one back. as we hear the organ. It is a windy day here, folks. The wind pounding directly into, or at the back of Nathan Taylor. Cade Ballridge out of Roth, Oklahoma. Nathan Taylor will check on the runner at first. No tag applied. He's in there safe.
Yeah, it certainly is a windy, chilly day today after the beautiful day that was yesterday for Reds opening day. It certainly cooled off in the 40s. I don't think we reached the 50s at all, and this wind is just making it worse, Miles.
Yeah. And that is a shot up to first. Bobbled off the glove by Quentin Coates, and because of the bobble by Quentin Coates, Jackson Smith can't quite get a glove on it. And
the bobble made it go back towards the right, and he tried to dive back to get it. Just couldn't get there in time, reach out. A little bit of unfortunate play.
Tyson LeBlanc, the starting shortstop, up now for the Jayhawks with a chance with a runner in scoring position. Hitting .290 on the year. And that one is low in there for ball one. The junior out of Maurice, Louisiana, currently ranked the number 28 draft prospect by D1 Baseball. The 1-0. That's in there for strike one. Last time out, Tyson LeBlanc against Sacramento State went 3 for 4, 3 singles. The 1-1. Shot out into right center field, and that will fall into the glove of Derek Pitts on the fly. The runners are...
I mean, what a play by Pitts to get underneath that. I thought initially off the bat that was going to be in the gap for a double. Probably would have scored both Kansas Jayhawks. They were running like it was going to get in the gap as well, but Derek Pitts, he's such a fast outfielder there, and he got under the play. Like you said, got the double play with the base running error by Kansas. That is a mistake you cannot afford.
Now, just as quickly as there were 2 men on, there are now 2 out. Nathan Taylor looking to get out of this jam as the first pitch is in there for a strike. I want to talk more about Derek Pitts because I absolutely love the way that man plays baseball. I mean, he covers so much of right field so quickly. I want to know the catch probability on that one because that one, as that one is low for ball one, almost seemed perfectly in the gap.
I wish we had stats like that, Miles, because that would be really, really cool to see because Pitts is just such a speedy player, too. When he gets underneath it, he gets his line, sees the ball. You know, it's almost like he's going to get there, and he knows it. Everyone else knows it, even though it doesn't look like it.
Ball 2 in the dirt. It'll be 2-1 the count now on Brady Ballinger, number 26. Brady Ballinger is the starting left fielder for the Jayhawks, settling into that right-handed batter's box. The 2-1. Low and away. 3-1 now, threatening a walk. Nathan Taylor working out of a hitter's count. Brady Ballinger out of Las Vegas, Nevada, the junior. Fires. In there for strike 2, and it'll fill up the count. Nathan Taylor known for filling the strike zone. Often getting a lot of strikeouts.
Don't do anything fancy here. Just put one over the plate.
And that one is in the dirt. Walking his first batter of the game. If you count the hit by a pitch, that's 2 men he's put on base without finding the strike zone.
Yeah, in those areas, maybe I'm in the minority, but I like to put the pressure on the hitter at the plate there. Just put one over the plate in the strike zone. Make them make the mistake or make them put 1 yard, make them make contact. It's not really your job as a pitcher there to do anything.
3-2 walks per 9 as that one is fouled way back into the Performance Center for strike 1 on Augusto Mungarieta. That is an impressive last name that I'm sure I'll struggle. Oh, he does get very low. He gets very low. And then he stands up tall again. Interesting pre-pitch routine as that one will hit Jack Natilli. Fouled off the bat of Mungarieta into the hip of Jack Natilli as he shakes that one off. 0-2 now the count in a pitcher's count here early. Nathan Taylor, he will put pitches in the zone and put that pressure on hitters just as he has done for number 21, Augusto Mungarieta, the starting catcher for the Kansas Jayhawks as he settles into the lefty batter's box. Here's the 0-2. Low in the dirt, check swing won't go. 1-2 the count now. That one got away from Natili. Great block, though. No runner threatening a third base steal. 2 men on now. Still Brady Ballinger. Excuse me, that's Jordan Bach and Brady Ballinger on first. And that one is straight by Mungarieta. And that will end the inning. Nathan Taylor strikes out the side and gets out of a pretty hefty jam after walking and hitting a batter. But the Bearcats will come up to bat right after this break. Welcome back to UC Baseball Stadium as the Bearcats are due up and Justin Timberlake plays in the background. Bodie Ray draws the assignment for the Kansas Jayhawks. His first start of the season, only coming in relief so far. 8 appearances in relief. This is his 9th appearance. First start. He started for 3 years at Kirkwood Community College and earned a all-conference first team nod whilst there. 2.77 ERA on the year as Jackson Smith will dig into the right-handed batter's box. And that one is high and away for ball 1 for the starting second baseman. Jackson Smith's usual assignment is at shortstop, but he drew the second base assignment today.
He's a really talented player, patient at the plate, and that's why they have him hitting leadoff, because you can almost count on him to get on base and then use his speed when he is on base to catch an extra base.
Check swing. Strike finds the zone, low and away. 1-1 the count. Jackson Smith, his 26th start of the year. And that curveball will find the zone. 1-2 the count now. Jackson Smith working out of a deficit. Interesting stat. Jackson Smith leads the Big 12 in hit by pitch. He has 17 so far, not afraid to wear one. As that one finds the bottom of the zone, and that is strike 3 on Jackson Smith. 1 out for the Jayhawks.
17 hit by pitches. He's probably leading the team in ice baths too with that.
Derek Pitts steps into the lefty batter's box. I made a story post earlier this week about Derek Pitts. I was listening to classical music as I was looking at Derek Pitts' story, and it brought a tear to my eye. Real story, by the way. I'm not joking. Derek Pitts digs in as Bodie Ray readies the 0-0. Fires. Swing and fouled back. Good for strike 1 of the at-bat.
Tell us a little bit more about that classical music and Derek Pitts combination. Just what about it?
Oh, yeah. It was something by Tchaikovsky.
Okay.
And I don't know, something about it. I don't know. I love the way Derek Pitts plays baseball.
You compare his game to a beautiful melody?
Oh, yeah. The way he plays, it's kind of like a swan that is really aggressive. I don't know. He's just aggressive on the base paths, aggressive in the outfield, plays baseball with swagger, and has results. Swings and misses, 1-1 the count. Hitting .378 on the year, over 27 games. I mean, he's been a difference maker for the Bearcats so far. Out of St. Louis, Missouri. Fired up the middle, that'll get through as that bounces over second base. Derek Pitts in with a single.
And like you said, he gets results. Pitts with a nice swing there, gets the first Bearcat on the base paths of the day, and he's got a lot of speed, so you have to watch out for him.
Derek Pitts, 11 and 15 on attempts for stealing. He is the most thrown out, or he is the most caught stealing Bearcat in the lineup today, but he also has the most attempts.
Yeah, I mean, you're bound to get caught every once in a while, especially when teams know how dangerous you are. They're going to be looking for you. They're going to be trying to pick you off. I don't want to guarantee a pickoff attempt here, but it's got to be on Bodie's mind.
And, of course, at the 3 spot, the big man, Quentin Coates, as he will not bite on that breaking ball. 1-0 will start the count. 77.6 mile an hour curveball. Quentin Coates is a sophomore. It is incredible to see this level of output from someone so young and inexperienced. And the pickoff attempt will be no good. Tag applied, not in time. Derek Pitts still safe at first.
Yeah, Quentin Coates, it's like our good friend Chase Yans dubbed him on the ESPN Plus broadcast, the boogeyman of baseball. I mean, he really has been that, leading the nation in home runs. Just the power is absurd.
In the dirt for ball 2. Great block by the catcher, Mungarieta. See, I'm getting it.
It's not one of the easiest names I've seen. There's some tough names. We got to stay prepped and ready on that. Guarantee a mess up at least once or twice tonight, maybe.
Out of Venezuela, the catcher for Kansas. Quentin Coates out of Kansas himself, as that one will find the zone. 2-1 now. Yeah, Quentin Coates out of Olathe, Kansas. Don't know if that has
relation to the snowman at all?
Olathe, T-H-E, not F.
He doesn't want to build a snowman. I got it.
No, not yet. Fires. Shot up the middle. Caught by the second shortstop. 1-2. Turns the double play as that will retire the side for the Bearcats. 0-0 the starting count. As we will take a break here at UC Baseball Stadium. The score 0-0 through the first.
Kansas Jayhawks. Taylor still at the mound, fires the first one outside for ball 1. Owens, the lefty, batting .250 on the year, .933 OPS. He's got a lot of power behind him. Taylor gets a strike in there. 4 homers, 3 doubles, gets on base, 15 walks as well. Gets a good piece of that one in the shallow center, and that'll be down for a base hit. Owens putting a dent in Nathan Taylor. He's put a few guys on base in that first inning. Doesn't want to make a habit of that, Miles, but Kansas is getting to him a little bit.
Yeah, Nathan Taylor struggling early. Not something we see often. He's usually one to be aggressive, stay aggressive, fill up the strike zone. He almost hasn't looked like himself so far to start this game.
You don't want to say he was saved by that play in the right field by Derek Pitts, but if that had gotten down, would have been a couple runs on the board. He really kind of was saved by that one. Dario Osoria, hopefully I said that name right, up to bat for the Jayhawks. Having a rough start to the year, only 204. Taylor gets strike 2 in. 0-2 count for Osoria. DHing is Osoria, the senior. Just under 100 strikeouts on the year. Such a dangerous player, has a lot of great stuff at the mound. See if he can get Osoria here. Instead goes back to first, trying to pick off Tyson Owens. Miles, you are struggling with some wind at the moment.
It's so windy. Oh God, I'm losing all of my papers.
About 4 of them there. Surprisingly, you didn't lose one, though, in that exchange, and that's really impressive. Osoria grounds one to short, on to second for 1, first, and there's the double play for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I mean, that's just classic 5-4-3 double play. Simple, easy as that. Oh, and they're doing the 6-7. They're doing the 6-7 emote.
Well, you know, whatever gets you a win, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Again, maybe bailing out Nathan Taylor just a little bit, but he's able to turn ground balls into double plays, and I mean that's a skill as a pitcher to get ground balls.
Taylor, first one in to the first baseman Josh Diekoff. It's fouled back into the net.
I mean, typically with a lot of aggressive fill up the strike zone pitchers, they do produce a lot of ground balls, and Nathan Taylor's no exception.
The 0-1, swung on and missed. Good stuff there by Taylor, took it down a little bit, 85.
Filthy breaking ball. Absolutely froze him.
The 0-2, Taylor to Diekoff, 2 outs. Taylor looking to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed again. There's the strikeout to retire the side for Nathan Taylor.
Bit on that great breaking ball once again to strike out the side.
No damage done again by the Jayhawks, even though they have threatened Taylor a little bit. We'll be back for the Bearcats back at the plate in just a few. Back for the bottom of the second. The Bearcats up at the plate. It's Jack Natilli, power hitting catcher. He's had a really good season so far, just shy of 350 average on the year at 348. Bodie Ray has a tough player to face. Natilli fouls that one, hits the concession stand over down the first base line. Thankfully, all the food is okay. Don't want to explode any hot dogs or nachos or anything.
No, we've seen that one too many times. It's tragic.
The 0-1. Bodie delivers. Natilli watches that one high for ball one.
Bodie Ray's got a weird throwing motion. It's like what's that medieval thing? Trebuchet? Is it a trebuchet?
Yeah.
He's got a very trebuchet style throw.
Goes very high up. The wind blowing during that pitch, and Natilli takes a big hack at that one. Didn't make a piece of it, but it's a foul ball and strike two.
Nearly swung out of his shoes there, the catcher.
The wind causing some troubles for both maybe Natilli and me. I almost lost my bag of cough drops. Would not have been ideal.
Yeah, the wind is blowing inward. It's going to cause a lot of balls to stay in the park.
The 1-2, Natilli fouls that one back again, this time towards the Performance Center. Staying alive, Natilli, 7 homers on the year. The junior catcher gets on base at 391 rate. Can he get on here to lead off the inning for the Bearcats? The 1-2. Bodie steps into it. Natilli takes a good swing at that, right to the shortstop. Mishandled at first, gets it back, and that's a great play by Tyler Blanc. The fans thought Natilli ran that one out and was safe. He is called out.
It was a close play at first. Ty goes to the fielder. You got to beat the throw. Might have had him by half a step.
First out down for the Jayhawks in the bottom of the second. Now up to bat Enzo Infelice for Cincinnati. The freshman. He's gotten a lot of early season playing time. He's DHing today. Watches the first one in there for a strike.
Got an OPS of 932, slugging of 510. A lot of pop off his bat.
Very talented young player for this Bearcats team. Jordan Bishop likes to get him playing time. He watches strike two in there as well. Yet to lift the bat off his shoulders, and he's facing an 0-2 count. Bodie Ray looking to get the first two Bearcats down. Here's the 0-2. Infelice swung out of his shoes, almost fell down, still stumbling. What a hack at that one, and he missed everything.
He was stumbling for a good 3 to 5 seconds after that hack. Just proves to you how much power he puts behind each swing. Nothing there.
Bodie's pitching a nice inning. 2 down for the Bearcats. Cal Sefcik in left field today, up at the plate. Ray delivers, strike one in there. Sefcik watches. Not a lot of early season work for Cal Sefcik, just 45 ABs.
Yeah, making a rare start. Only 10 on the season so far, 11 now after today's affair.
Ray gets another one in there. Strike two, the second straight at bat, where the first two have been watched for strikes. No swings, and now Sefcik facing 0-2 count. Can he work his way out of this hole? Bodie Ray pitching a really nice inning. Can he retire 3 straight? Sefcik stays alive, fouls that one into the dirt.
Really good breaking ball. Definitely found his spot. Cal Sefcik, excuse me. Fouls that one back to survive.
Took that one down to just 83 miles per hour. Will he dial it back up? Still 0-2. Ray steps in, delivers. Sefcik watches that one low for ball one. .400 average on the year for Cal Sefcik, so limited at bats, but he does make the most of them when he's out there at the plate.
Doesn't strike out a lot either, only 2 on the year.
The 1-2, Sefcik chops that one straight back to Bodie Ray, and he just jogs over to first for out number 3. Which ends the Bearcats' time at the plate in the second inning, as well. Still 0-0. Both teams have threatened a little bit, haven't done too much. It's the pitcher's duel so far. We'll be back after a short couple minutes for the third inning.
Welcome back to UC Baseball Stadium. Miles Hessenprice joined with you with Justin Diedrich here as we start the third inning. It'll be Dylan Schlotterback, number 7. Has a brother on the team. Fires low for ball 1. Dylan Schlotterback out of Lakeway, Texas. Has a brother on the team, Gavin Schlotterback. He settles more into the pitcher, although they have him listed as a catcher and a right-handed pitcher, as that one finds its own 1-1. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Schlotterback getting the start at third base this year. Today. Grunt of effort from Nathan Taylor as he fires that one in for strike 2.
Yeah, Taylor's been bringing the heat so far in this at-bat. I wonder if he takes a little something off here, catches Schlotterback looking for something else.
The 1-2. Fouled back into the net. We'll do it again.
Actually dialed that one up a little bit, close to 94.
That's the hardest pitch he's thrown all at bat. Nathan Taylor is the kind of guy who wants to blow you away and sweep you off the mound. Off the plate, excuse me. Low, not quite, won't go. Natili grabs the first base umpire for his opinion. He also agrees with me. 2-2 the count now. Nathan Taylor making his 7th start. Grounded up the middle. It'll be a play for Jackson Smith to make. He fires to Quentin Coates, and that will be the first out of the top of the third.
Nice AB by Taylor. Just a routine, easy play for Smith and Coates. That's how you go about getting your first out of the inning.
And we will repeat the lineup as Jordan Bach comes to the plate.
I bet he's hoping not to get hit a second time.
The first one caught him in the heel. It looked painful as it dodged the pad that he has on his right shin. First one in for ball 1. Grad student out of British Columbia. That's Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of their provinces. I think that might be the only one I could name.
In there for strike 1.
No, Ontario's a province.
Ontario.
That's a province.
Quebec. Or is that
a province? Is that a city or a province? Or both? Is that like in Australia, both country and continent type of thing?
I don't know. Once upon a time. Yeah.
My Canadian geography.
Geography, yeah. Been a while since I took geography. The 1-2. Low for ball 2.
I think all my geography was just playing GeoGuessr in class. I think that counts.
That counts, yeah.
If you ever want to know about Polish bollards, I know a guy.
Jordan Bach made the All-Canadian College baseball lineup as that one slows him down, making him look silly with a slow swing for strike 3.
Yeah, that's just a beautiful pitch by Taylor. Bach wasn't expecting that at all. Swung right underneath it. He just didn't see that one coming at all.
Nathan Taylor now finding himself in a scenario with 2 outs with no men on base. First time this afternoon as Cade Baldridge steps up to the plate. Slows him down with that breaking ball outside. Ball 1. Cade Baldridge, the junior, starting at second base for the Jayhawks, says Jose Altuve is his favorite player, as that one is in the dirt for ball 2, namely because he's taller than Jose Altuve. Standing at 5'9", Cade Baldridge, not taller than a lot of players on the field at most points.
I think the majority of people are taller than Jose Altuve, to be fair.
Yeah. Swings high. 94 miles an hour on that fastball for strike 1, 2-1. Jose Altuve, one of the shorter players in professional baseball. I think he stands at 5'5". Small strike zone. Nathan Taylor, 2-1, fouls that one back to the net. And Nathan Taylor now threatening to strike out the side. 1-2-3 inning, something that Nathan Taylor also has not seen so far, as the infield shifts much left. Christian Mitchell, the only one on the right side of second base. High for ball 3, count fills up. Well, I guess on the right if you're looking from the batter's eye.
Yeah, they shifted over to right field. They're gonna let him push one down the third base line if he can get it there.
Fires the full count. And that's a flare right to the gap. Outside third base. And he will stop at 1. Won't test the arm. Crowd definitely egging him on to do something rather silly. But that flare off of weak contact dribbles through, picked up by Cal Sefcik in left field. And there is now a man on first.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Cincinnati challenged him to do. You can push one over that third base line. If you can get it there, then you can get the base hit. He took that challenge, and he accepted it and won.
Tyson LeBlanc, starting shortstop, up to the plate now, ripped into right field. Derek Pitts is going to have to run for it, and that finds the foul line. Oh, my goodness. Hard for us to see down there. Just foul it must have been. There's not a lot of room between the foul line and the wall out in right field. Bearcats might have caught a break on that one. That was absolutely tattooed into right field.
Yeah, it's blocked by the stands, but it came off the bat searing.
Tyson LeBlanc slugging .581 this year. Last time against Sacramento State, he went 3 for 4. The 0-1 now for Nathan Taylor. Fires. Fouled back into the wall. 0-2 now the count. Nathan Taylor again threatening to strike out the side. Hasn't looked exactly himself so far.
No, maybe it is the cold and the wind kind of throwing off your game as a pitcher. That can certainly happen. But it's also a good Kansas baseball team, so maybe it's just good pitching, even better at the plate.
The 0-2. Check swing in the dirt. Absolutely filthy breaking ball. Makes LeBlanc look a little bit silly at home plate as he chases something in the dirt. But that'll do us here for the top of the third as we go into the bottom of the third. Still 0-0. We'll be right back. And welcome back to UC Baseball Stadium as we join you for the bottom of the third as Christian Mitchell, Conlon Daniel, and Jackson Reardon are due up. 3-4-5 as far as jersey numbers go. Bodie Ray having himself a fine afternoon so far. Justin Diedrich had to step away for a moment, so it is just Miles and Price on the call. First one inside for ball one. Definitely brushed up against his hands, made him feel a little bit uncomfortable there on that breaking ball. But the count will start 1-0. Christian Mitchell making his 22nd start for the Bearcats this year. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Bottom right corner of the strike zone as the count will even out at 1-1. Last played against Utah where he went hitless in 3 trips to the plate with a strikeout. The 1-1. Check swing missed again. It'll be 1-2 now. Bodie Ray gets the call from his catcher. Christian Mitchell batting .311 so far this year. No slouch at the plate in that right-handed batter's box. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. Great block from Mungarieta as the organ chimes signaling 2-2 count. Christian Mitchell, the senior out of Romeoville, Illinois, also pitches here and there. Has not made a pitching appearance for the Bearcats this year yet. Fires the 2-2, swung on, fouled back into the Performance Center. And that will hit the building. Definitely got some pop in the bat, slugging .500 this year. 4 homers on the year. Started with Central Michigan. Followed Jordan Bischel here to Cincinnati. Swung on and drilled into left field. It will be just foul. Oh my goodness, that was fired into Gettler, but it will not result in much. The wind pushing it just past that left field foul pole. 2-2 the count still. And Justin Diedrich finds his way back to the broadcast booth, and he returns to us.
How are we doing, Miles?
I'm doing just fine, Justin.
Had to run a side quest. You know how it be sometimes.
Yeah. They happen. Christian Mitchell exchanging his bat after that one. Maybe a cracked one. The 2-2 swung on and fouled into the Cincinnati dugout. Great snag by someone in there. We'll do the 2-2 account again. The 2-2. High, won't bite on that curveball up in the zone as the count will fill up. The full count. High at the eyes, won't bite on it, and Bodie Ray walks his first of the afternoon. Christian Mitchell, his 8th walk of the year. Conlon Daniel now struts into the left-handed batter's box. Conlon Daniel, a hometown kid out of Cincinnati. Sophomore, starting at center field for the Bearcats today. Were we not getting audio?
Not at the moment, no.
I don't know. Oh.
You just stay on for the moment.
All right. Yeah, I'll just keep calling.
I'm going to try.
Ohio. Bearcats over the weekend found themselves ranked number 25 nationally. Swung on, grounded, dribbler up to the shortstop, makes the throw to second. No throw over to first. Will get the lead runner as they couldn't handle Conlon Daniel's speed.
Number 5, Jackson
Jackson Reardon struts into the plate now. He's number 5 out of Hebron, Kentucky. 6'3", 200 freshman. He is absolutely built for an 18-year-old. Last time out at Xavier, he went hitless with a strikeout and a walk in all his attempts. First pitch, low and away, outside for ball 1.
Computer's charging now.
Computer wasn't charging?
No.
The technical difficulties continue here in Cincinnati, Ohio. We'll check on the batter at first. Gets back in time. And we have audio back. It has been a roller coaster through 2.5 innings here. Well, 2.1.
Trying to troubleshoot audio and technology. It doesn't work very well when you've got a guy who's 6.0 iOS updates behind. It can barely work his own phone.
1-1 the count now for Jackson Reardon, hitting .231 on the year. His 15th start of the year. Drilled into left field, but the left fielder will camp under that one, and that will be out number 2.
Got a nice piece of it, just left fielder's in the perfect positioning to catch that one. You're not mad about getting that good piece of contact, though. Build some confidence. Feels good to be back on the mic after side quests and fixing the computer.
Brady Ballinger camped into that one as Jackson Smith struts into the right-handed batter's box, and we will restart the lineup for the Bearcats. He will check on the runner in Conlon Daniel. Safe at first.
It is a long pickoff attempt, too. With the way he throws, you're not really going to catch anyone off guard like that.
Well, Conlon Daniel is standing pretty close to the bag, all things considered. Takes a step there, fires the 0-0, and that one is in the dirt for ball 1. Bounced its way to the catcher. 79-mile-an-hour curveball. Conlon Daniel definitely gets a bigger lead there. They may send him. Doesn't go. Another one in the dirt. Another breaking ball. Didn't quite find its mark. Can't catch Jackson Smith chasing as the count is now 2-0. Conlon Daniel 9 for 10 on the base paths, attempting to steal this year. Again, putting that pressure on Bodie Ray. Fires the 2-0. Bunt attempt sent back into the net. Good for the first strike of this Smith at bat. Jackson Smith out of Channahon, Illinois. Started his career at Bradley, but transferred for the 2026 season for the Bearcats this year. The 2-1. Swung on, drilled to the first base side. A great play from number 16 at first base, and that will end the inning thanks to Josh Dickoff's work. And we will head to the top of the 4th, still 0-0 here at UC Baseball Stadium.
Welcome back for the start of the 4th inning. Still 0-0. Nathan Taylor still on the mound for the Bearcats, facing Brady Bollinger.
Yeah, Nathan Taylor likes to go deep into these games. Definitely can rely on him for usually 5 to 6 innings.
Just under 50 pitches at 47 for Nathan Taylor. Still has plenty of arm left. First one at this at-bat, and it is low for a ball. Ballinger, 0 for 0 today. Took a walk. Hitting .278 on the season. Chops that one right back at Taylor. Hit the glove. Taylor able to field it. Misfires the throw to Coates.
He's got to get back to first.
Ballinger does get back in first in time. Almost a great play by Taylor after taking that shot. Coates just couldn't reach out to get that one.
Trainer will come out to check on Nathan Taylor.
Yeah, that hit him right up in the arm, glove area.
It would be a problem if it hit his throwing hand, but I think it hit his glove hand, so they'll give him a practice pitch here just to make sure everything's okay. It would be a huge detriment to the Bearcats if he wasn't okay, but he seems to be pitching just fine.
Yeah, it looks like he seems fine after the warm-up, and then he will stay out there.
The catcher, number 21, Augusto Mungarrieta.
Augusto Mungarrieta back up for the Jayhawks. 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time up. See if he can get a different result. Still facing Taylor.
I think you did okay on that pronunciation.
It's a learning process.
Yeah.
Tough name. Taylor delivers the first one in there for a ball. No one down, 1 on. Top of the 4th, still 0-0. The 1-0 count to Mungarrieta. Chops that one right towards Christian Mitchell at third on the second for out 1. Coates for the double play.
Smooth as butter, that double play.
5-4-3, beautiful stuff by the Bearcats infield. That's exactly what Taylor was looking for, that easy grounder to Christian Mitchell, who's such a reliable fielder over there at third.
I think Nathan Taylor has induced 3 grounders into double plays. He is just so good at producing that, whether he likes it or not.
Taylor now facing Tyson Owens. Owens singled off of him last time up in the second. Now with the 1-0 count. 262 on the year for the right fielder, Owens. Sophomore facing the 1-0. Fouls that one into the dirt. Ties up the count at 1s.
I think it might have hit his calf.
Walking around the plate.
He seems maybe a bit bothered by it, but you know,
Gotta adjust the leg guard there. That always helps with the pain.
yeah, taking his time getting into the right-handed batter's box. No, that's the lefty, isn't it? Or no, that's right.
That's a lefty.
That's lefty?
Yeah. Because I would hit from the other side as a righty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not ambidextrous. I don't know how people can do that, to be honest.
Well, he throws right-handed. That's lefty.
Interesting. Now he watches a strike. Doesn't matter which hand. That's a strike. 2-2 count. Taylor looking to get out of yet another inning unscathed. Over 50 pitches now. The 2-2 fouled off into the netting. Owen stays alive.
Starting at right field, also gets some playing time at catcher, but they mainly use him in the outfield.
Still 2-2. Taylor delivers. Owens watches that one low for a full count.
Tried to slow him down with that slider changeup. Spits on it as it's in the dirt.
2 down. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Fouled down the third base line. Owens still fighting.
The third base line that's covered by nobody. They are so far shifted.
Just Jackson Reardon is left of second base. Everyone else shifted into right field. That one swung on and missed. Taylor with another strikeout to end the top half of the inning. Gets Owens down. Beautiful pitch by Taylor. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the fourth. The Bearcats back up at the plate after a short break. Derek Pitts at the plate to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Bearcats. Still facing Bodie Ray on the mound. Pitts 1 for 1 today. Looking for a similar result, trying to get back on base. Pitts fouls the first one down the third base line.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I love the way Derek Pitts plays baseball. I call him the baddest man in Clifton, just because the way he plays with swagger and with arrogance, and he's no stranger to riling up the other team as well.
0-1 count to Pitts. Ray steps in, delivers. Pitts takes a swing at that one. Grounded hard towards the third base line off the glove, and Pitts runs that one out. He's going to be safe. Schlotterback couldn't field that cleanly off his glove, and Pitts is on board.
It'll be interesting to see if they call that a single or if it's an error off of the third baseman, Tyson Owens. Excuse me, Schlotterback.
We'll see how the scoring goes, but no matter what, Pitts is on for the best hitter in college baseball, Quentin Coates. Still a 0-0 ball game. Maybe Coates can break this one open. 0 for 1 today. Ray delivers. Coates, big swing at that one. Fouls it back into the netting.
It's an interesting position to put yourself in. Like, every time you go up to the batter's plate, you're expected to hit a home run because you've been so dominant and of such power that you've demonstrated over the first half of the season.
19 home runs as Ray goes back to first, trying to catch Derek Pitts. Ray approaching 50 pitches as he gets Coates to whiff on that one. Down an 0-2 hole. Seen Quentin Coates fight back from these type of counts before. What does he have in him? Back to first again. Pitts makes it back safely. Not allowing himself to get caught. Still no one down for the Bearcats, just Pitts on.
Bodie Ray seems very concerned with the runner at first. He's checked on multiple runners multiple times.
Here's the 0-2. Coates watches that one outside for ball one.
Derek Pitts thought about running, went back.
You can be worried about Derek Pitts, but I'd also be worried about Quentin Coates at the plate. with those 19 home runs. You don't want to give him something to hit. Here's the 1-2. Coates fouls that one high and towards the Performance Center out of the stadium. Staying alive.
It's an interesting position to be in when you let Derek Pitts get aboard, because either you got to worry about him stealing and potentially leave a cookie over the plate for the man who leads the nation in home runs.
Still 1-2. Here's the pitch. Coates watches that one. Nice eye at the plate. 2-2 count. Quentin Coates started down 0-2 in this at-bat. Now ties things up at 2-2. Not swinging at anything unnecessary. The 2-2 high for a full count. Coates has fought all the way back.
As you said earlier, Quentin Coates has found himself down in counts and is no stranger to battling back.
Pitts on first, 0-0. Here's the 3-2. Coates grounds that one towards second. Shortstop fielded it. Pitts made it to second in time. Coates is down at first. Advances the runner, but there's one down for the Bearcats.
Good call from Bischel to have Derek Pitts stealing on that one. The old hit and run allows Derek Pitts to advance a base, retires Quentin Coates, but now there's a man in scoring position for Jack Natilli.
Natilli, 345 average on the year with Pitts at second. 0 for 1 today is Natilli. Here's first pitch of the at-bat. Gets that one in there for a strike. Good breaking ball at just 77.
Something interesting, between the three players that have just come to bat, Coates, Pitts, and Natilli are 1, 2, and 3 in the Big 12 in hits.
A lot of production from this top of the lineup as Natilli fouls that one back into the ump. Jordan Bischel's out on the field, a little frustrated.
He's just there to pick up the foul ball, I think, as he's screaming at the ump.
I think he was frustrated about that strike call and the breaking ball back at strike one, as Natilli is now in an 0-2 hole.
Oh, we got the Skyline Coney competitors.
Looks like they gave the win to the Coney after review.
Mm-hmm.
That was a photo finish. The 0-2 low for ball one.
29 RBIs on the year for Jack Natilli. One of the better hitting catchers in the Big 12 and even in D1 baseball.
It's always nice when you can find production from the man behind the plate. The 1-2. Natilli blasts that one high, super high in the left underneath it. And there for the catch is left fielder Ballinger for out number 2. Looked much better off the bat, and it just kind of stayed up there, Miles.
On a windy day like this, when the wind is pushing into you, it's going to keep a lot of balls inside the park, especially with these high walls here at UC Baseball Stadium.
2 down, Pitts still on second, as Enzo Infelice, stepping back up to the plate, struck out that first time up in the second inning. First pitch is swung on and fouled into the dirt. Infelice rocking a very shiny gold chain. You can see it glimmering all the way from over here.
Yeah, the swag from the freshman. It'll be interesting to see if Jordan Bischel sends Derek Pitts here. Right-handed batter makes the throw over to third very much harder.
The 0-1 taking a hard swing at that. Gets it into center field. Pitts is going to round third. Pitts is going to score. And there's an RBI single for Infelice.
Make that 30 RBIs on the year. Great swing straight up the middle for Infelice. He's been a big help his freshman year here for the Bearcats.
Cal Sepsic back up at the plate now for the Bearcats. Cincinnati's broken this one open and taking the lead 1-0. 2 down for Sepsic. Infelice on first, as we'll get a new baseball on the mound. Some chirping from the fans as well.
Always here in Cincinnati. Maybe a problem with the pitch comp?
It's a great fan base here in Clifton. Even on these cold days, we got a nice little student section. Bodie delivers that one in there for a strike on Sefcik. Grounded out his first time up.
Enzo Infelice, 1 for 1 so far in the year, stealing. Jordan Bishel involving everyone in the stealing game.
Bodie got Sefcik to whiff at that one. Now in an 0-2 hole. Bodie Ray trying to get out of the inning, only giving up that one run. Here's the 0-2 to Sefcik. Watches that one in there for strike 3 looking. And Bodie Ray escapes just giving up the one run. Infelice, single Derek Pitts in. And the Bearcats have taken the lead in the 4th. We'll be back after a short break for the 5th inning.
And welcome back to UC Baseball Stadium.
Kansas in the top of the 5th. It'll be 7.
Nathan Taylor finds himself for another inning of work on the mound.
Hitter, number 23, Dario Osorio.
Dario Osorio will find himself at the plate. He's out of the Bronx. Fires the first pitch. That's low. 1-0. Dario Osorio starting at DH for the Jayhawks today. As that one finds the zone, 1-1. Slows him down with that changeup. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Another breaking ball in the dirt. Gets Osorio to chase on it. This is starting to look like Nathan Taylor we know, as that one is inside. Good enough for ball 2. Nathan Taylor's starting to work with a little bit more urgency, a little bit more speed, maybe trying to get out of this wind and cold, as that one is a check swing. Did not go. Count is now full. But yeah, the wind and the cold is getting to be a lot here in Cincinnati, as Osorio has worked the count full. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. Nathan Taylor blows it by him. Strikeout swinging for Nathan Taylor. Good enough for his 5th on the day.
The first baseman, number 16, Josh Dykoff.
Josh Dykoff now at the bat. Struck out his first appearance. Pitch count up to 65 for Nathan Taylor through 4 1/3. First one in the dirt, no good, 1-0. Josh Dykoff starting at first base out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As that one finds the upper right corner of the zone, 1-1 now. Shout out to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 1-1. shot out into left field. That's high, towering fly ball in the air. But Cal Sefcik will camp under that one. Good enough for the second out of the inning.
The third baseman, number 7, Dylan Schlotterback.
Dylan Schlotterback steps into the zone. One of the more fun last names here on the field today, but there's a lot of fun names on the Kansas side. Nathan Taylor readies the 0-0. In there for strike one. Looks at that one go by 92.7 miles an hour on that one as Nathan Taylor takes a second, readjusts his jersey, and readies the 0-1. Fires. Grounded up the middle. That'll be an easy play at second base for Jackson Smith, and that will retire the side. Third out on the inning. Dylan Schlotterback grounds out to Jackson Smith as the Bearcats will have a chance to come up to the plate in the bottom of the fifth when we return to UC Baseball Stadium. Welcome back to the Queen City as the temperature keeps dropping, and the wind chill is not helping. Definitely not the beautiful day we had yesterday. Justin Diedrich had to step out again, so just Miles S. and Price on the call right now as Christian Mitchell will step into the plate. He singled his first time up. As Bodie Ray will remain on the plate, or on the mound, excuse me. And the catcher and umpire confer, maybe about a gear dispute, I believe. Or it might be the pitch comm. They seem to be having some trouble with the pitch comm. But Christian Mitchell, he walked his first time up, excuse me. Settles into that righty batter's box. The 0-0. Swung on and fouled back. That's high in the air. Will hit the roof of the Performance Center, just about. 0-1 the count for Christian Mitchell, the two-way player. Last year won the he was named to the John Olerud two-way player of the year watch list. Batting .311 on the year. That one's grounded up the third base line, just foul. Bounced over the bag just on the wrong side of the line. Good for the second strike of the at-bat. 0-2 the count. Last year started 46 games in 5 different positions. The 0-2. That almost hits him way inside. He turns, doesn't quite wear it, but it'll be good for the first ball of the at-bat. Again, Bearcats lead the league in hit by pitch with 56. They are not afraid to wear them. What's wrong with a free base? Swung on and drilled into left field. That's high. It's deep. It's caught on the warning track. An incredible jumping catch from the left fielder retires Christian Mitchell just about. If it weren't for the wind, that one might have been gone. over that left field wall. Left center, just about 340, maybe hit 339 feet. Not quite enough on it, as Conlon Daniel will dig into the right-handed batter's box. Bodie Ray readies. Fires the 0-0. In there for strike one, caught the inside part of the plate. Bodie Ray, now with a 2.60 ERA and a 1.15 whip, has thrown 68 pitches. Excuse me for the voice crack. Need to drink some water. Fires, slow curveball, finds the zone, and it'll be 0-2. Conlon Daniel now working out of a deep deficit here early in the at-bat. The 0-2 swung on and fouled into the dugout, and Justin Diedrich returns bearing gifts. Welcome back, Justin Diedrich, to the booth.
I brought hot dogs.
Hey-o. Conlon Daniel, after fouling that one back, finds himself again 0-2, battling out of the pitcher's count. Fouled way deep again. That's going to be near the Performance Center. Maybe hit a car back there.
I'm not sure I would park my cars anywhere near anywhere near the baseball stadium during a game, because it would potential for it to be hit. I wouldn't even drive it past the little street behind on the other side either.
And he watches that one go by. 1-2 now the count. Conlon Daniel striking out a lot this year, has 34 strikeouts, doing a good job of battling back on this one. Low, watches that one go by, good enough for ball two. Overall, this team does have a problem with striking out. They are second in the Big 12 with strikeouts at 239. Here's the 2-2. Grounded into the UC dugout again. No one gets a hand on that. Coming in too hot. As he will work up the pitch count for Bodie Ray, getting well above 70. And that one's too high for Conlon Daniel. Battles back to a full count. Great at-bat from Conlon Daniel, fouling pitches off where he needs, looking at balls, definitely improving his plate vision. Conlon Daniel, second in the Big 12 in Ks, as he watches that one go for a walk. What an absolutely incredible at-bat from Conlon Daniel for his 11th walk on the year. Battles back from down 0-2 to bring up Jackson Reardon, the shortstop, freshman infielder out of Hebron, Kentucky.
Yeah, just fighting, battling, staying patient too. Great eye at the plate as well.
Bodie Ray again struggling with that pitch comp, and the coach will come out, and that might do it for Bodie Ray's day on the mound. And the coach will not take the ball away from him just yet. He's just out there to have a chat with him.
Try to settle down your pitcher a little bit. Just calm the nerves.
Especially after an at-bat like that. Throwing a lot more pitches than you want. All for that to end up in a free base for Conlon Daniel. Oh. Warnings issued to the dugouts?
Interesting.
He pointed to each dugout. I don't know if they were warning each other, but certainly seemed that way. No animosity in this game from where I can see. Maybe there's chirping on the field. But the 0-0 for Jackson Reardon. One out. They may think about bunting here. Doesn't. Watches that one go by. We hear, was that a Microsoft
I don't
notification?
know. I want to hope it's not anything with the stream and it's just all working fine again. No more technical difficulties, please.
Want to know. That one's in there for strike one.
For a second, I thought that they played that over the stadium. I'm like, what?
Yeah, just to freak us out. 1-1 the count on Jackson Reardon. Drawing his 15th start on the year. He'll check on the runner. Bodie Ray doesn't get Conlon Daniel at first. Again, runner seeming to bother the young pitcher. Bodie Ray, redshirt junior, right-hander. And Conlon Daniel will run. And he's in there. No, he punches him out. Apparently, Conlon Daniel was not in there safe.
This will be something they look at.
They're definitely, Jordan Bishel is going to want a second look at that. Although it's not uncommon for Mungarieta, the catcher for the Jayhawks, to catch him stealing. He is second in the Big 12 in caught stealing, 8 on the year. Looking for his 9th on Conlon Daniel, as the umpires will go to the booth to look at this one.
You know, I think this is the happiest the umpires have been all night because they get to go inside the little room. It's probably heated in there as they're watching the review.
Yeah, all of them are in, I don't want to call them shiesties, but masks to cover up their face. It is a cold one today here in the Queen City.
Now, it wouldn't be bad if it wasn't for the wind that's constantly blasting me in the face.
Like, it'd be fun if the wind was at our backs. It'd carry the baseballs out of the stadium. Might have put that Christian Mitchell fly ball out. But no.
At our backs, onto the side, is anywhere but straight at me. I'd even settle for top to bottom at this point, or if the wind is blowing up somehow, there's gravitational pull changes.
Yeah.
I'd settle for that, but just not at me would be ideal.
I mean, the wind blowing down on you might suck.
You ever been in one of those like tornado simulation machines they have at arcades?
I think so.
That's what I'm kind of thinking about with the just the change in the wind.
Yeah, getting caught in a whirlwind. Bodie Ray trying to stay warm out there, fires a... Well, he's not exactly firing pitches. He's just throwing real hard to his catcher playing catch. Again, the batter's trying to stay warm as well. Jackson Reardon taking some practice hacks. As is the man on deck, Jackson Smith.
Yeah, just some tosses, some swings. You don't want to loosen up during this break.
Definitely important to stay warm on a cold day like this, even for the umpires. Jackson Smith gets more pine tar, as there are still no umpires for the decision. From my angle, it looked like Conlon Daniel got in there. It'll be his 10th stolen base on the year, or his second time being caught.
Yeah, it was a close play regardless. So we'll see what they end up calling.
The Bearcats lead the Big 12 by far in steals. Not only in attempts, they have about 30 more attempts than the team in second place, but 20 more successful stolen bases than the second place. '65 stolen bases on the year for the Bearcats. And they have a decision. He is out at second base. Caught stealing for the second time this year. Close call, but I assume they made the correct one.
Yeah, they spent that long on the review. They're going to make sure they get the call right, and it's unfortunate for the Bearcats, but still got a man up here. Can do some damage.
And that puts Augusto Mungarieta as the league leader in caught stealing. Or, I guess, catching stealers. Fouled. And we'll do the 1 and 2 again. That's his 9th on the year for Mungarieta. The 1-2. Too high for Jackson Reardon. He'll spit on that one. 2 and 2 now. 2 outs on the inning. 0 and 1. The Bearcats lead. Excuse me, the Bearcats lead 1-0. 1-0. 2-2 the count. The payoff pitch. Won't go in the dirt. Reardon battles back to a full count. We've seen a lot of long at-bats here in this 5th inning, especially on Bodie Ray. It's got to be tough on your starter who's already closing in on 80 pitches into a game. This might be the last inning we see of Bodie Ray. And if he walks Reardon here, maybe the last we see of him in this game. The 3-2 bounces that one way ahead of the plate, and Jackson Reardon will walk his way to first base.
You'd think this is almost certainly the last time we see him. Maybe they want to try to get him through this 5th inning and not have to bring a fresh arm in for just 1 out, but you don't want to let yourself get into a dangerous spot either.
Jackson Smith, he is having an impressive year, slugging .576 with a .540 on-base percentage. Batting .322. 0-2 on the day so far, though, as that breaking ball won't catch the zone. .6', 180, the starting second baseman. We're back at the top of the lineup as that one bounces on the plate again, and Jackson Reardon will hesitate in no way, taking back second base, which they believe was Conlon Daniels. And will there be a meeting at the mound? Tyson LeBlanc standing at the foot of the mound with his pitcher, and the shortstop and the pitcher are having a discussion. Will the catcher come up with him? No, I believe it was just a pep talk from Tyson LeBlanc. And Bodie Ray will take the mound once again, try to put away Jackson Smith. 2-0 the count. Definitely in a hitter's count. Bodie Ray checks on the runner. 2-0. Now 3-0 for Jackson Smith. You got to think, if you walk Jackson Smith here, do you trust him getting that third out?
I wouldn't if I was the manager. You're over 80 pitches now, well over 80 pitches. On your way to 90, you've walked 2. Wouldn't trust it.
That one won't catch the zone as he is walked on 4 pitches.
This is when you come out, you get a fresh arm in. You've definitely had somebody warming up after that first meeting.
As Derek Pitts struts into the right-handed batter's box, and they're leaving him.
I would not advise this. I would not advise with 2 men on, 2 down. That doesn't matter. 2 men on. You've just walked 2 players on for the Bearcats, and Derek Pitts, a dangerous hitter who's already 2 for 2 against you today. Wouldn't advise this.
No, the manager will come out to potentially take the ball, and he will call for a righty from the pen, and that will be all the work we see from Bodie Ray.
A good day.
Good day,
for him.
definitely.
A really good day. 4 2/3, only 1 run given up, 3 strikeouts. The walks were a little bit of a problem, but overall controlled.
Only allowed 3 hits, too. Bodie Ray has struggled with walks. Walks per 9 at 3.46. Only struck out 3, has a K per 9 of 11.77. But for his first start of the season, not terrible at all. There is a lot of chirping happening on the bottom row.
Yeah, and you're going to do some chirping, you're going to do some talking, but at the end of the day, Bodie Ray did have a really good day at the mound, so you're not going to be too mad with whatever the students say, whatever the fans say. Actually, I know a guy down there in the front row. Shout out my guy, Jerry.
And the replacement for Bodie Ray will come in the way of Ryan Ritter, the sophomore right-hander out of Rogers, Minnesota, making his 14th relief appearance on the year. Spent his first year at St. Thomas, made the All-Conference first team, committed to Kansas in June of 2025. Last time out, he relieved against Sacramento State, where he hit 2 batters.
Not really what you want to do when you come in for a relief appearance, but the Bearcats would take it if he's willing to hit a couple more.
Maybe he was intentional in that appearance because he also, in 2.1 innings, struck out 5.
Been a little loose with his control, but also with really great and unpredictable stuff.
Yeah, batting average against 278. Not fantastic, but definitely gets the job done as they keep bringing him in. Ryan Ritter, a record of 3-1 on the year. 215, 6-1. ERA of 5.48, whip of 1.48. Only allowed 2 homers on the year, which the wind is starting to die down just a little bit, and the sun is peeking through some of the clouds as we stare at the golden hour time. Derek Pitts has singled both times he's come up to the plate. But new pitcher, new arm. If there's going to be a man to break this game wide open, who else but the baddest man in Clifton, Derek Pitts. Ryan Ritter mentally prepares himself for this at-bat. Derek Pitts 2-2 on the day. Ryan Ritter slower working. Looks at the runner, fires. That one misses low. Start the count 1-0 for Derek Pitts. Inside, almost hit him. Brushes Derek Pitts back a little bit. Good for 2-0. Fan calling your dad is on deck. Quentin Coates due up next. Fires. Low for ball 3.
You do not want to load the bases for Quentin Coates, not at all.
That is a dangerous position to be put in, even with 2 outs. But at 3-0, we're looking close to back-to-back 4-pitch walks. Not something you want to see from your relief arm. But that one will find the zone straight down the middle. Maybe a pitch Derek Pitts could have swung on, but best to not take too many chances, especially when you're holding on to just a 1-run lead. Here in the bottom of the 5th, 1-0 the score, Bearcat lead. And he's going double steal, and that one will dribble to third base fair, and they will get the force out at first. So a dribbler up the third base line on a double steal attempt. They will get Derek Pitts at first. And no runs will come of the Bearcat efforts as we enter the top of the 6th. Bearcats still lead 1-0.
Back here for the top of the 6th, Nathan Taylor still on the mound for the Bearcats. Jordan Bach leading off the inning for the Jayhawks, the center fielder. Grad student lefty. Took a hit in the shin, not in the shin, in the heel back in the 1st and struck out in the 3rd. Fouls off the first pitch. 323 average on the year for Bach. Here's the 0-1. Takes a nice swing at that one and misses everything. Taylor getting Bach down in an 0-2 hole. Cincinnati probably really wants to get Nathan Taylor through this 6th inning. The 0-2 swung on and hit down the third base line, just foul.
About a foot to the left of that third base foul line. Interesting choice from Jordan Bischel to bring Nathan Taylor in for one more inning. Especially with a game this close, you might want to bring in that relief arm sooner rather than later.
Now, we do get a little bit of a view from our angle of the Bearcats bullpen, and I can't really see if there's anyone warming up or not, but you would think if not, it would start soon. Taylor.
That's an interesting call.
In there for a ball. It was a tight one. The Bearcats dugout wanted strike 3.
There was no protest from the dugout, so I think it was a ball, but from our position, it looked pretty good.
That one fouled, grounded down the first base line. Still a 1-2 count. Bach staying alive. Taylor over 70 pitches. He will get over 80 if this pace in the 6th inning continues. Here's the 1-2. Low and inside for ball 2.
Jordan Bach has had a wild career so far. Started with St. Xavier, went to Northeastern Oklahoma A&M, then spent 2 years at Southern Illinois Carbondale, and then committed to Kansas in the June of 2025.
It's an interesting college path, but it's worked out for him. He's now hitting over 300 for the Jayhawks as he worked the count all the way back up to full.
And that's something I want to expound more on because that's all JUCO colleges. And when you look at this lineup, all of them are JUCO products.
A hard hit one by Bach in the shallow left center, and that'll be down for a base hit. Jordan Bach leads off the innings for the Jayhawks with a single.
Yeah, I mean, he went from JUCO to JUCO to JUCO. He won an all-conference first team. And then Baldridge, Cade Baldridge, he spent 2 years at Cowley County Community College, and he won a conference gold glove at second base. I mean, a lot of these guys are out of JUCO, and it just goes to show you how much talent is in these JUCO programs these days.
You can find talented players pretty much anywhere in the country. With the way recruiting works now, you have to search high schools, you have to search JUCO, you have to search other schools and get them out of the transfer portal. It's tough, but when you can find talented players out of that JUCO pipeline, it's certainly helpful.
Especially with such a big MLB draft, there's so much talent to look for because so much talent can be drafted.
Cade Baldridge is up. Watch the first one in there for a ball. He's 2 for 2 today. Both times he singled back in the first and the third. The 1-0, big swing and a miss.
Has singled both his times up.
Taylor just at about 80 pitches now with a man on and no one down in the 6th. Goes back to first on the pickoff attempt. Bach gets there safely.
Nathan Taylor, so far this season, has sometimes been a guy that goes deep into games. He's got 6 innings pitched, 6 innings pitched, 7 innings pitched against Austin Peay, San Diego, and Utah.
A hard hit one into center field. Pitch is going to be there to scoop it up, and there's 2 singles to start the 6th inning by Kansas. Taylor, not what he wanted for the start of this inning, to let 2 on.
There is movement in the dugout, but it seems they're in the early stages of warming up. It appears to be number 50, Chad Brown. He's up and moving around in the dugout.
Taylor still needs some time before he can get relief facing Tyson LeBlanc. Gets the first one in there for a strike.
I mean, he's given up 2 very hard hit singles this inning. Jordan Bischel's definitely thinking about taking him out, but he's confident in his starter for at least one more out.
Now we'll get.
Are they challenging a call?
Potentially, all the Jayhawks on the bases ran over towards the dugout.
Or are you allowed to call a timeout and just get all your runners back in? Because there's no movement from the umpires.
Must be just a little bit of a timeout there for Kansas, and that looks like that's what it is. Bach's going to head back to second. Baldridge is going to head back to first, and LeBlanc is still up at the plate.
If LeBron were at bat, that sure would be something.
He's got enough power, I'm sure, to hit one out.
Even at 40.
Big strike zone for him, though.
Oh, yeah. Aaron Judge strikes him. I think they're the same height.
About there. Ooh, LeBlanc crushes one in the right field. Underneath it is Pitts just on the warning track. Pitts is going to make the catch. Tagging up is Bach, and the miscommunication. Baldridge tried to tag from first to second, and he is out. It's a double play.
That is why I love Derek Pitts. That was a frozen rope from the right field. That was on the warning track. And he didn't even slide. He didn't get a chance.
Pitts with a hose makes that double play happen all by himself. The runner advances to third, but without the tag opportunity, it's not as dangerous for Nathan Taylor, and he may have a real shot at getting out of the sixth unscathed.
Derek Pitts has bailed Nathan Taylor out now twice.
Brady Ballinger up at the plate now, 1 for 1 today.
I mean, Derek Pitts, I've seen him make about 5 plays this year